Ladies and gentlemen, sim racing fans of all ages, welcome to the virtual Virginia International Raceway for this 45-minute GT4 sprint. The cars are lined up, drivers are ready, and we're set to be what promises a fast and furious battle. It's all about these GT4s tonight, clean overtakes and strategy in the corners. Today, every second counts. Welcome in here to Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. 45 minutes, competition caution at the 21-minute mark in the race. And with these drivers already qualifying, that makes it a quick, easy transition to the virtual track. But before that, we'll take a look at some point standings here for the GT Challenge Series. GT3 racing for our season opener. We're GT4 racing tonight from VIR. Trevor Vavrovsky, what a finish there last week. He's gonna start out on the point standings lead. He's got Zach Severe, Josh Hunter, Andrew Band, Jake Steckler rounding out the top 5. Drivers that have quite a bit of pace in the GT3 class that we've seen. But now tonight, it's a kind of completely new ball game, a lot more more comparative to the street counterparts cars. We're going to see who's got it, what it takes to maybe even shake and bake tonight. Make some teamwork, make some dream work here tonight from VIR. We'll take a look at the starting standings brought to you by Stam Studio Network. We have crested the 1,000 subscriber mark. We are up and on our way to 2,000. How about Zane Khan from Khan Coaching? He's out here on track, fastest driver in practice, fastest driver in qualifying. Puts down a 152.666 and the double O machine. Well, that goes without saying. If you're looking to get a little bit faster than the iRacing universe, make sure you hit up Zane Khan Coaching. Motto is we find you time, and they definitely do find you that time. Josh Hunter, he'll round out that outside row. He'll start P2 with a time that's about 0.4 of a second slower than Zane's. Austin Edwards with Michael Odell. How about Michael? He finished P9 last week from Spa. He'll start P4. Jesse Lavarin and Nico Colby. He'll start P6. Andrew Bound, Nick Davis, Zach Severe, Brennan Myers. That's who rounds out our top 10. Taylor Thompson, Benjamin Forander, 11th and 12th. Dylan Bast, Trevor Vavrovsky, last week's race winner, Brandon Birch, Mick Crowther, Jake Steckler, Andres Profana, Miles Guerrero, Amethyst Reist, Glenn Wilson, Warren Johnson, the league owner, he'll start P22nd, Lewis Holloway, Stone Colby will round out P24. 25 is on Adrian Gutierrez. Christine McConey is 26th. Kalani Lemia, Jason Laverin, and Brian Reyes running a 29 driver grid here tonight. Make sure everybody who's watching here tonight, if you got 29 drivers, probably have their friends and family members rooting them on. Make sure you let us know who you're rooting on down there live in Stam Studio Network chat as well. Just make sure you're going to help a brother out here. Hit that like and make sure you comment and subscribe. Zane Khan, Josh Hunter, Austin Edwards, Michael Odell, very fast drivers in these GT4 cars. They're about to put their foot down for 45 minutes of racing here at Virginia International Raceway. Competition caution once again at minute 21 of the race. So it's really about survival of the fittest here. Who's got what it takes? Who's got the speed? Who's got the pace? As well as that long run pace in these GT4 machines. We're gonna see some Porsches, we're gonna see some McLarens, we're gonna see some Ford GT4 Mustangs. We're also gonna see some some M4 GT4 BMW machines. It's a stacked field of drivers, ranging at upwards of 7,500 road course iRating, all the way to about 800. So it is a stacked field. You never know what you might get here in one of these West Coast Sim Racing GT Challenge League races. We're just a few moments away from that iRacing safety car diving into the safety of pit lane. Zane Khan, Josh Hunter anxiously anticipating this race start. It's all about when you get on that throttle pedal, how smooth you get able to get up through the gears, and you're going to want to try and make sure you're able to clear this pack going into turn 1. As we've seen here from before from VIR, it can definitely be a little nitty, a little gritty. That iRacing safety car, he's done it. He's dove into the safety of pit lane. It's going to be Zane Khan, Josh Hunter, Austin Edwards, Michael Odell, Nico Colby, Andrew Bound, Zach Severe, Nick Davis, who round out our front 4 rows. That's about 3 to 4 different manufacturers already represented out here out up front. That was the back stretch. backstretch pit lane there. So we got still one more straightaway to work with. There you see those drivers are already trying to work in those tires. Gotta get them up to pressure, get as much temperature onto those tires as well as temperature into the brake pads as humanly possible, as once again you're gonna need it into this tight and into this treacherous turn one as we make our way out of the roller coaster section. You're about to see why it's called that here. Look at the elevation change. This is only pace speed. Imagine as we're working our way up and through race speed, especially down and through lap one. This track isn't completely clean just yet. Look at all the dirt and gravel left on it from qualifying as well as practice sessions. Well, there's no time. This is all got to be put behind you right now because it is time for race number 2 of season 3 of the GT Challenge West Coast Sim Racing League. You're watching live here on Stam Studio Network. My name is Sean Stam. We're just a couple hundred feet away from some green flag racing. Get up, stand up for your life, and don't any of you ever give up the fight. Here we go, Zaid Khan, Josh Hunter. We are green, green, green. However, at VIR, look at Austin Edwards and Andrew Bound. Andrew Bound, he might already start to try and force this thing 3 wide up at the front. It's 3 wide for up into second place as we already have a spin back here. Joe Rainey hard on the outside wall. Joe Rainey, Warren Johnson, Stone Colby also involved. We'll get back out here to the race lead as Zane Khan starts to run away with it. Austin Edwards, Andrew Bound, no, no, no. There goes the Chili's machine of Nick Davis. Andrew Bound is able to make his way back up to P3 in the GT4 Ford Mustang after looking 3 wide there in turn number 1. Michael Odell continues to run restart, and that's P4. Josh Hunter, P5, loses 3 spots at the start. And then there's Dylan Bassett all the way back up. He's gained 6 spots already, all the way back up to P7. So it's really about until 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th on back that you start to see these drivers who have gained quite a bit on this race restart. That's about where that's about where the incident happened there in turn 1 and 2. Here's Brandon Birch. He had a nice run going for him last race, but unfortunately kind of fell back a little bit at the second half after the competition caution. Brandon Birch got a little bit of a different story tonight. He started back in 15th, already gained 2 spots since the drop of the green flag. That being said, that's our top 13 drivers back up here to the battle for P2. Austin Edwards in that Porsche GT4. He's got that Mustang GT4 also breathing down his neck of Andrew Bound. Andrew Bound, Monday, winner of a .004. That's 4 thousandths of a second at the race line. Andrew Bound was able to come away with that race win, barely edging out, I think it was Stone Colby as well as it was Joey Rainey. Oh, we got another McLaren out there back off the track. I think that was going to be Brennan Myers. We'll stick out up here to this battle with P2. Austin Edwards, Andrew Bound. Here comes Andrew Bound. He tries to make the outside line work in this tough and this treacherous turn number 1. I'll leave that track map up here for the rest of the race. You can see just how tough and treacherous this 3.2 mile 20 turn track is. Andrew Bound, he tried to make the outside work in turns 1. Here we go through NASCAR Bend, funnily enough named. I'll hop on board with Andrew Bound here, sees what he sees out of the virtual front windscreen. Works his way up to 4th gear. Oh, I don't think there was contact, but definitely a block from Austin Edwards. Oh, yep, Andrew, I don't blame you. Get the flashies out loud and proud after that one. That could have all been wrong, but Andrew, as well as all these drivers, they definitely have the long-term memory. They're going to definitely continue to remember that. Here's a nice battle between last week's winner in the GT Challenge and the GT3 Series, Trevor Vafrosky. He's trying to go at it here between Dylan Bassett. That is a Aston Martin GT4 versus a McLaren GT4. Right now, 2 Porsches are to the front. Trevor, he knows that there's a long way to go. There's a long time to get there. But right now, it looks like he might try to do what they say can't be done, and that's make a move into the roller coaster section. That tight, that treacherous, that elevation hungry. I think that's what, pretty much 18 through 20 as we make our way through. I think this is 16, 17 this time by. Man, Trevor, nice pass there. He's now going to try to hunt down Josh Hunter. Nope, that was 19, 20. Eyes are not deceiving me. as Josh Hunter tries to run away from him. Andrew Bound is now, remember, he got a little bit of an aggressive block out of Austin Edwards last time by. Let's see if Andrew Bound, with a little bit of deja vu, tries to make the outside line work again. There's less grip out there. It's the dirtier portion of the track, as well as the tired marble shot to run up there. Austin Edwards maybe tries to throw another block. Not door corner clear. Andrew Bound, Michael Odell, Josh Hunter all end up making the pass. Oh boy, we're gonna take a look at this race replay. Okay, so that's after it's already happened for the Austin Edwards machine. We'll take another look at it here. So there's Austin, the black and yellow machine, and might have to get the old slow-mo replay out, because let's see. I don't know if Austin necessarily threw the block, but that red and black Aston Martin of, I believe that's Michael Odell, is definitely there down and around the inside. Nice evasive action there. Holy. Was that, I think that was Josh Hunter with that nice evasive action after Austin Edwards has gone off the track. That moves Josh Hunter up to the final driver interview position. Let's hop on board with Josh. Downshifts it hard onto the brakes and then says, thank you very much. I'll give him one, count him two, count him three positions for Josh Hunter, but he's still trying to work his way back up from where he started this race. We'll get back up here. All right, we'll take a look at this, the drop of the green flag real quick as well, and see how that turn one incident happened. Okay, so here's a quick look at what happened here for our green flag start. I'll speed it up here to save us a little bit of time. Okay, we're still. Okay, here's the drop of the green flag, and there was that incident in the back of the pack. I thought it was with Warren Johnson as well as and gang, I guess you would call it. About 2 or 3 cars involved. Yeah, here comes this kind of checkup here on the drop of the green flag. We're looking 2 and 3 wide, and then that's another instance of just not quite clear. Take a look at the Ford Mustang. That's the 52 right there. Oh, don't tell me. That's the 52 of Stone Colby. Got Amethyst Reese kind of sandwiched right there. Warren Johnson is the bottom bread of it. And then it's just 3 drivers all involved. Oh, count it, 4 with the 791. I believe that was another Porsche. Oh, God. And then that's how Joe Rainey gets involved as well. Welcome in, Moonlight Dancer, Terry, Melanie, Leanne, Mitch Crowther, everybody down there live in YouTube chat. We appreciate y'all joining in. Appreciate the birthday wishes as well. Thank you all so much for joining in here tonight as Zane Khan continues to pull a golly. It's only been 7.2 seconds, and Zane with his 7,500 I rating. I've known Zane for quite some time out of a couple leagues. And, well, he's kind of putting it to justice here tonight already. This is what, lap 5 from VIR. If you're looking to get a little bit faster here within the iRacing universe, man, Zane Khan out of Khan Coaching. Motto is we find you time, and well, they will definitely find you time. You are looking at the man, the myth, the legend. Put it down here out on track. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter still up to P2 and P3. Trevor Vafrosky, last week's race winner. He's already up to P4, gaining 10 spots since the drop of the green flag. And then there's some nice door-to-door racing here. The WD-40 camber and caster. Jesse Laverin, McLaren machine, trying to hold off that hard-charging Austin Edwards after Austin was all the way up in the front of the pack a little bit earlier on tonight. But unfortunately, Austin, after for Skid Mark Sim Racing and the 116 machine, Austin, he's trying to fight for his right to party in tonight in the number 116 after losing 5 spots. Andreas Zach Zach Severe's. This battle for 9th and 10th starting to heat up and broil. Andreas, that's another driver who's gained quite a bit of position since the drop of the green flag. Andreas, that's 9, count him 9, and no, it's going to be 8 at this point on, as Zach Severe makes a nice pass around the outside line. He makes it stick. He's on that brake pedal right here, and our most important turn here tonight, working on the Isn't So Straight, is my kind of name for this straightaway. Zach Severe, he's up to P9, back to where he started, but we know Zach's got some pace in these GT3 and GT4 machines, finishing P2 last week from Spa. Let's see what Zach can kind of put together here in the closing kind of minutes of this race before our competition caution. Brandon Myers, he went for a little slip and slide earlier on in the race, started 10th, now unfortunately fell back to 18th, but he's starting to reel in our race leader, or excuse me, not our race leader, our league owner. A little bit of a difference there. Warren Johnson, he's the 24 right here up in front of Brendan Myers. Let's hop on board with Brendan here. Listen into this throttle race and watch these kind of, oh, well, he's gonna make the move here as Warren Johnson, he's got some quite a bit of aerodynamic damage on that front left quarter panel. His nose. But anyways, back to the onboard shot. Watch Brendan Myers' hands here. That's kind of double apex there into 1 and 2. We'll head our way through 3 and 4. That's towards NASCAR Bend. I find it interesting. There's no NASCAR sanctioned races out here, but they still have a corner named NASCAR. They actually tested the Garage 56 Cup car here before heading to Le Mans to compete in the Le Mans 24 Hours a couple years ago, and I wish that they would do it just every season at this point. Have that Garage 56 Cup. I wouldn't even call it Cup car, but NASCAR out there. Zombified NASCAR. Brandon Myers, nice run for him. He's up to 17th. Warren Johnson falls to 18th after Brandon Myers passes him. And our closest battle out here on track, it's going to be between Glenn Wilson and Nick Davis. Nick Davis in that's Ride the Dente Ford Mustang. We've seen really all these outside lines work here tonight. It's going to continue to work on the outside, but that's the kind of the corner entrance and corner exit that you have to compromise, as you have to get that throttle pedal down before your competitor. Glenn Wilson, he had a little bit of contact on his side on that drop of the green flag, but Nick Davis takes a spot away from him here. Nick up to P12, Glenn Wilson up to P13. And then it's, and man, how about Adrian Gutierrez? That's Impulse Effect out there on all socials. You can check him out on Twitch, YouTube, Instagram, you name it. Impulse Effect, Adrian Gutierrez up to P15. He's past Mitch Crowther. Mitch, who was joined us a little bit earlier on in the race in the live YouTube chat. Nice side-by-side battle here between Mitch Crowther and Adrian Gutierrez. How about Adrian? He's still gained those P10 spots. There's a little bit of damage on Mitch Crowther's back rear bumper there, but you can start to throw kind of a blanket over this battle between 15th, 16th, 17th, and 18th. And VIR, it's definitely a big enough track, 3.27 miles a lap, 20 turns, as well as those longer straightaways to work with. You can definitely get that slipstream, that draft working here in these GT4 machines, and that's you gotta applaud Warren Johnson, the league owner for West Coast Sim Racing. He really chooses some very nice car track combos. We've seen it already. I mean, look at Monday night's race coming down to 4 thousandths of a second at the line. Can't get much better than some West Coast Sim Racing League here on Sam Studio Network as these drivers continue to battle it out here. How about Jake Steckler? We saw him have a really nice run, finish P5 from Spa last week. Oh, hang on to her, Jake, though. Gonna turn into a four-wheeler in the Red Bull Racing machine. Oh, he's still going all the way wide. That might be a slowdown and a half. Here comes Benjamin Forehand as Jake Steckler tries to, oh, he's got grass and tire marbles and what's the word, stones all over those I believe they're Pirelli racing tires here tonight. No grip for the Steck machine. He's gonna end up spinning that one around, and if we take a look at it in slow-mo, you can kind of pick up exactly what I'm putting down here. Look, he's already depositing all that off and off the racetrack, and then the rear end just comes around there off Jake Steckler. Back out here to our race leader, Zane Khan. He's now pretty much doubled the gap. It's an 8-second gap, looking like a little Verstappen action here tonight to the race lead. Zane Khan continues to pull away. Andrew Bound, however, with that 3-wide move up there in kind of our opening lap, they're going into turn 1 and 2. That really provided this unicorn racing machine. I don't know what else to call it other than just a Mustang GT4. Andrew Bound, nice run for him tonight. He's trying to go back-to-back racing in West Coast Sim Racing with a victory, but it's going to be hard to beat Zane up there out up front with a gap that continues to grow. Josh Hunter, he's up to P3, losing a spot since the drop of the race, but still within contention, especially within that final driver interview spot. Trevor Vafrosky wins Spa last week. He runs P4. Michael Odell had a real nice race going for him. A little bit of an off-track shunt late in that race put Michael Odell to finish P9, but he's still right up here within this battle, up for that final driver interview spot. He's withstanding that gap. We're going to take a quick break up here in the booth before our competition caution. About 5 minutes time. We'll be right back with you here on Stam Studio Network. Enjoy the sights and sounds of these GT4s ripping around VIR. Crank it back down, everybody. Sean Stam back up here in the virtual booth. How about Zane Khan with a 152.9 or 85, flying around this elevation-hungry VIR. Back to this battle between 4th and 5th. It's really starting to get good here between Trevor Vafrosky and Michael Odell. We hopped on board with the virtual driver eye camera for Michael Odell. We saw him get the big suck up there off that back straightaway, but it's that slipstream, it's the draft, it's these the huge holes that are poked within the air here as you start to run even closer up within that driver up in front of you. Sure, you do start to, that is the advantage on the longer straightaways like we make our way through here now, but through the even tighter the technical portion of the track, like turns 1 through 4, as well as down here at the end of the straightaway. It isn't so straight before going to the straight. You do have to kind of worry about the dirty air. It's even more evident in these GT4 machines, especially as you try and find that speed, finds that grip through the tight technical corners, add elevation on them as well. It's just a recipe for disaster. Look at Michael Odell, 2 left side tires off and off the racetrack, but withstands that gap. He's still about 0.2 of a second back behind P4. back at this battle for P2. It's starting to heat up as well. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter. Josh Hunter, our season champ from last season in the multi-class series. He's got his fishing pole out there. He's throwing the bait. Right now he's reeling in Andrew Bound just ever so slightly. Looking at lap time history between the two. I don't have the graphic available, but okay, his last lap time for Andrew Bound was a 54.06. Josh Hunter's was a 53.63. So quick maths tell me that's 4/10 of a lap that Josh Hunter's continuing to gain there on P2. Brandon Birch here into pit lane, and this is about 30 seconds before our competition caution. You see a little bit of a front aerodynamic damage on the front nose of that 36 Porsche GT4. Wonder if he's just going to try to get it all fixed up here as he's already going to be on pit lane before the competition caution. In about 10 seconds time, but we have to wait for our race leader Zane to get at the entrance of like turn 18 and 19 and 20 tonight. So there's still, Zane has to make his way down that one is so straight up into Roller Coaster Bend. It's Trevor Vafarowski who's trying to put a kind of a last lap pass before our competition caution here over Michael Odell. And it's really been tight between these two. It's probably as tight as it's ever been between them in these last couple of laps. It's starting to heat up. It's starting to broil. Here we go as Zane Khan makes his way towards turns 17 and 18. It's just 2 more turns to the competition caution. Looks like Michael will retain that spot up there out up front. All right. Had to do a little behind the scenes action there, but as Zane comes to do the stripe on lap 11, that caution flag will fly. A 12-second gap, all shimmered down to nothingness as we're going to get the field re-racked and restacked 2 by 2 by 2 here on STAM Studio Network. Don't go anywhere unless you promise me you'll be right back, as I will promise you I'll do the same. It's Zane Khan to the race lead, Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, top 3, Michael Odell, Trevor Vafarowski making out the top 5. I'll be right back with you. Thanks, everybody.
Racing isn't easy, but experiencing it is. iRacing puts you in the driver's seat with the industry's leading sim racing game. Drive on laser scan replicas of the greatest racing circuits from around the world. Go head to head against other drivers chosen by skill-based matchmaking to ensure competitive racing at every level. Compete across all your favorite series. In officially licensed cars, engineered to deliver the most accurate driving experience possible. Join a race or host your own with players from across the globe. Race against the computer or in a league with friends. Feel the thrill behind the wheel. Visit iRacing.com.
I feel like I'm afraid to say how I feel, to know I let you down. 'Cause late nights turn to days, don't wanna let you down. With each breath we give away, it'll never be the same. I'm chasing somebody who won't ever ease the pain, but I don't want half of your heart. You can have it back if it's only half of your heart. If it's only half of your heart. I feel like I'm afraid.
everybody, welcome back here to Stam Studio Network. Sean Stam with you, producing, commentating, and directing Up a Storm. Zane Khan, Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Michael Odell, and Trevor Vafarowski making out the top 5. It's Jesse Laverin, Dylan Bassett, Austin Edwards, Zach Severe, Nick Davis who make out the top 10. And how about Stone Colby? He's kept his head down since that's very kind of wild race start where he's got 3 and almost even 4 wide in the 52. Stone Colby up 12, count them, 12 positions since the drop of the green flag. We're going to get a couple wave rounds here. A couple drivers actually opting to come into the pit. Zane Khan, the race leader, is down into the pit lane. This is going to be fun to watch here if he's going to continue to race it out, because he has definitely had the speed and the pace. Pulled out to, I believe it was a 12-second gap before our competition caution flew. So looks like he's going to go up on the invisible air jacks, get 4 fresh Michelin Racing tires underneath that GT4 Porsche machine, and it'll be Andrew Bound out to the race lead with Josh Hunter on his side, Michael Odell, Trevor Vafarowski, and Jesse Laverin rounding at the top 5, as we should get. Let's see this time by. Yep, we're going to get 1 to go this time by, ladies and gents. So with this being said, this gives us a little bit of opportunity to bring up some YouTube chats here. Still Moonlight Dancer. Ted joined us as well. Ted, hopefully you're feeling a little bit better here after the operation there for you, and everything is A-OK, or trending towards A-OK. DPTSW says, don't find too many GT3, GT4 broadcasts, and this is right up his alley. Nice racing too, well spread fields. Hey, that's DB, excuse me, that's well said, and this is about 29 drivers that took the green flag to this 45-minute sprint. Have this quick competition caution here in the middle of it. A solid idea. Wish my time was better aligned. He's Pennsylvania times. Yeah, that's Moonlight, that's true. We also do have that the Monday night West Coast Sim Racing League. It's GRD6 racing as well. Moonlight, who else do we have still here hanging out with us live in YouTube land? Ted, DB joins us. I saw some Melanie and some Leanne chat earlier on, as well as Mitch Crowther. He's now behind the wheel, but he joined us in YouTube land as well. All right, it's now it's white flag on this caution flag, and then we'll get back to some green flag racing. So stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. Don't go anywhere unless you're just grabbing yourself a quick drink or a quick snack, and you promise me you'll be right back. There's that track map there for you. So now we head our way towards the Is So Straight. I'll bring you through the field. I know I already talked about the top 5 a couple of times. Man, how about Dylan Bassett? He's had himself a run for the money in the 57 Aston Martin machine. This is that a mystery machine? It is a mystery machine out of Middletown, Delaware. Dylan Bassett, he's looking to continue to keep this top 6 night continuing to move and groove. Austin Edwards, he says he races a little bit more aerodynamically there. Out of Denmark, Zach Severe, he's very, very fast. Keep your eye on this BMW M4 GT4 machine. I think it's M4. Nick Davis, he's going to restart P9. Stone Colby's going to restart P10 in the black and white Mustang GT4. Mitch Crowther, Brennan Myers, Glenn Wilson, Warren Johnson, Benjamin Foran, Brennan Birch, Kalani Lemia, Amethyst Reese, Jake Steckler, and Zane Khan. That's how far our race leader drops. It's going to be fun to watch him, though, and if he is able to fight himself out, just how long it takes him. Adrian Gutierrez, Impulse Effects there on all socials. Adrian Gutierrez, little race starts here P21st. Andreas Profana, Lewis Holloway, Christine McConey, Miles Guerrero, Nico Colby, Taylor Thompson, Joe Rainey. Nico through, Joe Rainey out of the race. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's perfect timing here for it. Andrew Bound is able to find that throttle pedal down, and away we are here for some more green flag racing in the West Coast Sim Racing League Series. Andrew Bound is out there, out to the race lead. He's going to try to run away from this pack of hard-charging, very hungry for a race win drivers. It's already 2 and 3 wide. There's Mitch Crowther losing a spot or 2. As look at how deep Benjamin Forehand. He's going to take the outside line into 1 and 2. And the Petronas AMG, look at Benjamin Forehand, go, go, go! He's He's trying to make the even switchback happen. Back to the inside line. Benjamin forehand. Oh, he sends it a little too hard. Benjamin goes deep. Is there oil on the track? Because Stone Colby is around as well. No, no, no. Back up here to the race lead. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, and Michael Odell not caught up with any virtual oil as Dylan Bessette, Zach Severe work their way back up to P4 and 5. What a race restart here as Brennan Myers and Jake Steckler both are showing black flags. Not sure if anyone's going to be able to clear them here as Nick Davis again and the Dente machine is down there into pit lane after another really nuts race restart that he was looking for. Hopping on board with Michael Odell. Listen in to this McLaren GT4 machine work its way through the gears, work its way up into the slipstream as well. Top speed of about 150, count them with me, 1, 2, 3, 4, no, I'm not gonna count them all, but 150 miles per hour there from Michael Odell as he continues to run within that top 3 battle. That final driver interview spot so far belonging to Michael Odell, trying to go what would be back-to-back. Oh God, we got a huge one back here. Zane Khan, he makes his way through it. Jesse somehow makes his way through it. Kalani does not, though. Kalani's involved. That's going to be Adrian Gutierrez, impulse effect. He pulls his way down and off of the racetrack. Oh no, this might be a big one, ladies and gents. See what happens. Oh my God. It's looking like Daytona. What happened here? Was it a snowball? Was it a, okay, here's Adrian Gutierrez up there in front of him is, all right, we're gonna slow this down. That's Andreas Profana, I believe. And then there's the 43. Oh God, the 43 turns Stone Colby. Stone not going to be happy there as he goes around. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different drivers involved in one incident. Kind of take a, yeah, there's the pinball effect from Adrian Gutierrez after he goes around. Then there's Stone Colby, just an immediate tow to the pits after. There's nothing that you can do there. Kind of take, we'll try to take one more look at it here. Yeah, this is going into the braking zone. That's after the, I believe that one, the is so straight. Here's going to be our best look at it. There's the 42, tries to dive it down the inside of Kalani Lamia. And fortunately there for Jake Steckler, just not quite door quarter clear. And that's going to bring up about 6, maybe 7 drivers involved. Back out here to the race lead. There's only about 15 minutes to go. Andrew Bound, he's not really ran away with any race lead just yet. He's got a 5/10 of a second gap here over Josh Hunter. Michael Odell, same story, different driver there. 5/10 of a second battle. Dylan Bessette, Zach Severe, Brennan Myers, Glenn Wilson still going at it from 4th through 7th. Mitch Crowther, he's still having a nice battle in the Dude Wipe 073. Mercedes AMG machine, but this is going to be a nice run here going into turn 1. Let's see who gives way. Let's see who gives it a little bit deeper on the brake pedal there. That's Brennan Birch down on the inside. He's looking for a little bit race redemption there after last race. Brandon Birch, he's got the inside. He's got it clear for the moment, for the times being. He's going to have a nice run here on to Glenn Wilson. He's now going to have to back up the corner just a little bit. Glenn Wilson slightly off the pace there on corner exit. Brandon Birch, 2 drivers, 2 positions, 2 corners. Nice there for Mr. Brandon Birch. He's up to P7. It's Mitch Crowther, it's Glenn Wilson. How about Mr. Warren Johnson, Andreas Profana, Zane Khan all starting to go at it here tonight as well. had to clear a little black flag situation there, but we'll go back out to the race lead. Apologies for the little radio silence, but as we're starting to get to the nitty-gritty here tonight, as it starting to heat up and broil for P1, P2, P3, Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Michael Odell. It's only 0.4 of a second separating P1, P2. It's only now 0.2, call it 0.3 at the line for Michael Odell. He's starting to get right back up in this top 3 battle as well. I wouldn't start to battle it out here too hard here between these top 3, as look at you starting to lurk within the distance. It's Dylan Bassett. Alrighty, we got one more black flag to clear here, and then we'll get back out to some racing action. But I'm not sure if it's because of incidents or what it might be here. Might have to take off the incident cap here for the racing league here, because it's a lot to do. Already broadcasting, commentating, producing, and then race replay, and then, oh man, race control as well. But we'll throw that behind us, and we'll get back up here to the race lead. I don't think that there's a closer battle out here on track right now, as Josh Hunter is still within striking distance. We'll hop on the virtual driver iCam of Josh Hunter. Right now, it's Porsche versus Ford. How many times have we seen this throughout racing history? It's only 10 minutes to go left here from VIR. Bound, the 651 machine. He's still got that, I'd call it about 2-car length gap as we now head our way to the elevation hungry portion of VIR. That's the roller coaster section, I do believe. And right now, Josh Hunter is doing everything that he can to well withtain a method striking this transition. But you try to do that through those tight technical portions, especially following the racing line of the driver up there in front of you. You're gonna get that dirty air up and across, plastered across the front nose, as well as, hey, if you're Michael Odell, it just continues to get worse and worse the more that you find yourself kind of throughout the pack. So you're gonna have to kind of compensate here for one of these drivers. It's not only the tires that are starting to give way, it's not only the brakes that are starting to get heated up, as well as probably beyond their optimal conditions here. As, oh, we have a spin in front of the race leaders, but it's as well as, I mean, it's your physical and mental state. You have to keep it all on par tonight to continue to be within a battle for the race lead. Adrian Gutierrez is the driver who goes around right in front of the race leaders. Speaking of the race leaders, we'll pick up the battle once again. It's a battle between Ford versus Porsche versus McLaren. Andrew Bound, Josh Hunter, Michael Odell. There's only 4.5 minutes left to go in this race, and their gaps are continuing to grow there from Dylan Bassett, Zach Severe, Brennan Myers. Oh, the 42 of Steck goes around again, kind of pancakes the outside wall. He's got his IHOP sponsorship moving and grooving here tonight. Andreas Profana, the Dynaco number 95 machine, says, hey, unfortunately, I gotta go. Jake Steckler, he's gonna fall like a rock after losing 1, count of 2, count of 3 positions there. Andreas Profana, Benjamin forehand. They're having themselves a nice run tonight as Andreas Profana runs a little bit wide. So does Jake Steckler. He kind of follows that racing line. Andreas, he kind of regroups 3 arms back there for the battle for P12. Once again, back up to the race lead. Andrew Bound, he is now not only found his way to the race lead, but he is not running away with it by any means necessary. Only 0.2 of a second gap here. It's less than 0.2 of a second as Josh Hunter has an immaculate exit. They're coming out of turn 20. Let's see what happens from these 2 race leaders as they come across the stripe. Complete lap number 19 this time by complete 18, coming to 19. Here's a little bit of a fake move from Josh Hunter. He kind of tries to slice it, dice it, work that outside line in the number 81. He's going to compromise corner exit, maybe a little bit too much there, as Michael Odell now has a nice run coming up through turns 2 and 3. Michael Odell up to P2, puts Josh Hunter back to P3. All right, we're gonna start after closing off the virtual live bets here tonight in YouTube land. Let us know who you are rooting on, who you think's going to get this race win. Will it be Andrew Bound, who's continuing to put that kind of slipstream draft and blocks? Well said and well done for the number 651 Ford Mustang, or will it be a McLaren like Michael Odell, who has now surpassed Josh Hunter, he's worked his way back up to P2, or will it be a driver like Josh Hunter? He's started at the front of the pack, fell back to the back, he's had to slice, he's had to dice his way through it. Josh Hunter, he's still not out of this race by any means necessary. This will be a fun shot here, hopping on board with Josh Hunter. Let's see the more elevation-hungry portion here from VIR. Look at how deep he is into the braking zone. He's able to, well, he has to compromise it there. He has to put a little bit of counter steer down in turns 18. We'll go through 19 and 20 this time by. Look at the braking lights flash there from Andrew Bound. I didn't really see there any from Michael Odell. It's completely different racing lines. It's completely different inputs. It's completely different drivers here that are making it out for this final lap of the race. It's the white flag. It's the final lap to go from VIR in the West Coast Sim Racing GT Challenge, race 2 of season 3. It's a 3-way breakaway for the race lead. Andrew Bound with 3,100 I rating is trying to pull off a race win over a driver with more I rating than him, although it's just by 200. These two drivers also trying to pull away, try to make this race P1 and P2 happen over Josh Hunter, who has 3,700. Can the underdog, will Andrew Bound go back-to-back in the West Coast Sim Racing after just Monday night coming away from a 4,000th of a second race win in the GR86 series? Here comes Andrew Bound. He's leading us on the white flag lap through the Isn't So Straight, and then we'll make our way through probably the most tightest, the most technical, the most important corner here tonight. And then it's the Everlong, it's the straight that is straight. It's the Andrew Bound block straight, we'll have to call it here tonight, as Michael Odell and Josh Hunter will continue to close that gap. It's gonna be slipstream, it's gonna be draft, it's gonna look like a stock car race coming into the final turns here tonight. Look at this run. Andrew Bound, he starts to run away, but then here comes the slipstream, here comes the draft, here comes Michael Odell starting to close that gap. He's not well within striking distance yet, but Josh Hunter's within striking distance of P2. Our final time tonight from VIR through turn 17 and 18, and then it's 19 and 20. Here comes Andrew Bound. It's still a 3/10 of a second gap, and Michael Odell is trying to pull away from P2 from Josh Hunter. Right now, these drivers are all making it happen. It's all come down from a 45-minute sprint. Competition caution involved as well. It's Andrew Bound who goes back-to-back in the West Coast Sim Racing League. Congratulations, Andrew Bound. What a race win. What 2 race wins, as a little 4,000's never hurt him. And then tonight, he gets it done with a little bit more margin in mind. He gets that race win with I believe it was 3/10 at the line. What a race win for oh, excuse me. Wait, there's, wait. I'm talking like it's the last laps. There's what am I doing? It's a 45, I was thinking it was 40-minute race, so I sincerely apologize there. I thought the white flag lap was about to fly, but there are still 3 minutes left to go in this race. That's only the second time I've ever done this. I don't know why I think 45 somehow rounds to 40, but we'll get back to what would be 2 more laps of racing action. I apologize, that's on me. It's been a long study day up here in the booth, but it's still Andrew Bound. He continues to run away with it, so we're not missing anything for the race lead, and it's Josh Hunter who now goes 4 tires off the racetrack. Real quick, while we have just a little bit of time here, though, we will look at Brendan Myers, Brandon Burch, as well as Zane Khan. Zane Khan, our race leader from before the competition caution. There, Zane's already worked his way back up to P7. He worked his way back to about a 12-second gap before the competition caution. Now Zane, he's maybe finding it a little bit tough to pass some of these drivers here that are running in the top 7. Brandon Burch and Brandon Myers showing some very nice pace here tonight from VIR. And now there's only 2 minutes to go. Apologies once again there. My goodness. Brandon Birch. He goes a little bit deep there, but able to find that throttle pedal back as well as get that that Porsche number 36 shifted and get the weight shifted. Oh, he goes a little bit deep there once again through 19 and 20. Let's see what he's able to make up here through the corner exit as well as back as well as through turns 1 and 2. We're on board with Zane Kahn there right behind Brandon Birch. Continue to hang on board at this battle as this is now our basically our 2 laps to go here. I'll set that one in concrete so nobody else is confused as I am there. Zane Kahn, he's still not able to make anything happen there within the braking zone, although he has been the fastest driver tonight, putting down a 152.8. A dang near a whole second faster than our race leaders at the time being. Right now, maybe racing with just a little bit more respect, or racing with respect, as he knows what's kind of on the line. As Brandon Birch and Brennan Myers have really shown some nice pace here from these front 2 starting races and the West Coast Sim Racing GT Challenge League. Andrew Brown, Michael Odell, this time by, we will work our way towards and get that white flag. I don't know what was going through the mind there, but we'll put that behind us and we'll get that white flag lap this time by. And Andrew Brown, he's still got about that 3.5 tenths of a second gap there over Michael Odell. So it's been kind of what I was starting to cook up there, and I almost wonder, hey, this might actually be the white flag because they're going to start to run out of time here. Look at the top left of the screen. It's 45 minutes out of 45 minutes. Andrew Brown, his now gap is starting to cut down. It's a little bit closer to about 2.5 tenths of a second. Here we come through 19 and 20 this time by. As the clock starts to tick, it is now on the 45-minute mark. The checkered flag is out. Andrew Brown gives us the flashies. There's no run for Michael Odell. Andrew Brown, he now solidifies it. Andrew Brown. He goes tornado mode. He goes back-to-back in the West Coast Sim Racing League. Michael Odell takes P2. Josh Hunter flies across the line upside down. Zach Severe, Brennan Myers, Brandon Birch, Zane Kahn, Mitch Crowther, and Benjamin Forehand round out our top 10. What a race, what a battle from all of West Coast Sim Racing tonight for this GT Challenge race 2 of season 3. Stick with us here on Stam Studio Network. We're going to get some official race results as well as those top 3 driver interviews. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back with you. What a win for Andrew Brown and Michael Odell and Josh Hunter. Man, Josh Hunter, he goes back-to-back on the 2 season openers in the GT Challenge and gets 2 P3s. That's going to really be pretty helpful there for him in the point standings and continue to kind of cut that gap over. I mean, we've seen Trevor, he came in with Spa P1. Trevor now finishes this race here oh golly, Trevor finishes P24. We're still waiting on these official race results to come across as these drivers are making their way across the line. It's interesting to see kind of 2 completely, I would call Spa and VIR kind of 2 relatively similar tracks between one another, but Trevor Vafrosky, a race winner from last week, finishes P24. Andrew Brown, who finishes winner of the Toyota GR86 season on Monday, man, completely different car, completely a different track there. He'll take our win tonight. And we've all waited for it. Here are our official race results. Andrew Brown takes away the race win. Michael Odell, P2. Josh Hunter, P3. Dylan Bassett for Skid Mark Sim Racing. You'll come away with P4. Zach Severe, Brennan Myers, Brandon Birch, Zane Kahn, Mitch Crowther, and Benjamin Forehand round out the top 10. Jake Steckler, Glenn Wilson, Andreas Perfana, Jesse Laverin, Lewis Holloway, Miles Guerrero, Kalani Lamia, Christine McConey, Warren Johnson, our league owner, and Adrian Gutierrez round up the top 20. Stone Colby, Nick Davis, Trevor Vaprosky, that's our race winner last week, finishes P23. Austin Edwards, Amethyst Reese, Nico Colby, Taylor Thompson, Joe Rainey, and Brian Reyes, rounding out our 29 driver grid tonight. We're going to go chat with those top 3 drivers. I think I've caught up with them live here on Stam Studio Network.
What a dude.
Yeah, I had like 5.
Hey, Andrew, this is Sean. How's it going, man? You go back-to-back. Congratulations.
Thanks, Sean. It's nice to get a GT4 win.
Well, that was done in some pretty spectacular fashion. Congratulations on it, Andrew. How'd you get it done tonight?
I got a really good start. I think I went from P7 or P8 up to P2, P3, like within the first 2 or 3 corners. So that definitely helped. And then there's a little series of unfortunate events where a lot of the top guys got taken out, like at the race restart. And then I think it was, I think it was Michael and Austin Edwards. They were right behind me like 3 or 4 laps in, and then they both got taken out. So kind of unfortunate, worked out in my favor.
Well, Andrew, unfortunate for other drivers, but fortunate for you there. I believe we saw a little bit of 3-wide action there going into, it was either the race start or the race restart. It'll all benefit you in that GT4 Ford Mustang. Andrew, that's a car a little bit kind of newer scans here in the iRacing world. I made sure to grab it myself immediately when it came out. What was it like? A little heavy, kind of like the GT3 counterpart? Did it feel good for you here tonight?
Oh, it's Big Bertha. It is all over the place. It seems about 3 cars wide. Very, very loose. You know, the throttle's this thing is, we got a real happy throttle on the back end, which I enjoyed kind of taming this beast. This is definitely my favorite GT4 car.
Well, Andrew, after the premature white flag there, after I got a little too excited for you, you get it done. You hold off a hard-charging Michael O'Dell. Before we cut to a Michael O'Dell interview, though, Andrew, any last anybody who kind of makes it all possible for you, who would you like to thank?
Yeah, thanks to Warren for always hosting a good league. Thanks to you, Sean, for always doing a good broadcast. Thanks to the Apex guys for coming in here, and the Skidmark Racing dudes as well for showing up here, increasing the roster over here. It's always nice to have a full, pretty full house. Thanks for good content, good stream.
Well said there, Andrew. We hope that you have a great night. Congratulations on a back-to-back win here for in the West Coast Sim Racing Season 3 League. We'll let you get to popping the virtual champagne. Have a great night, Andrew.
Thanks, man. You too.
All right, the man, the myth, the legend, it's Michael O'Dell. He slices, he dices, he works his way back up to P2. Michael, this is Sean up here in the booth. You got yourself a copy.
Hey Sean, Nick Copy, how you doing, sir?
Man, I'm doing great. I'll be honest, I'm sweating here a little bit watching you guys here slice and dice, work these GT4s hard around VIR. Michael, you were lifting some 2 tires up there off the racetrack there through the yeses, but you find yourself up to P2. 2 spots gained since the drop of the green flag. How did you, sir? How did you get it done tonight?
Honestly, it was just biding time and hoping that people trampled each other. The McLaren, I don't know if it just didn't want to do it tonight, but every time we got into the straightaways, it's just like, nah, I don't feel like it. So I just had to really rely on exit traction and people fighting or trampling over each other to really find moves or make anything happen. But good news is at least I had that going for it, and we were able to make it to P2.
A little bit of shaking, a little bit of bacon here tonight from Virginia International Raceway. Michael, we appreciate you for joining us up here in the driver interview booth, giving your time here with us after a race. I'm sure you're probably sweating as well. Is there anybody you'd like to kind of thank or makes it all possible for you, man?
Well, for tonight, I'd like to thank Warren for inviting me to the league. Good news is no sweat yet, but
Ooh.
I'm sure later on we'll get there, so.
Well, Michael, we appreciate it, man. Have a great rest of your night, and congratulations on P2 and race 2 of the GT Challenge West Coast Sim Racing League.
Thank you very much. You have a good one.
You as well, Michael, and enjoy that virtual champagne tonight. We'll go Josh Hunter, and then I think Warren's just still here hanging out with us, the league owner, but we'll go with Josh Hunter first. P3, it's our season champ from last season. Josh, you got yourself a copy, man.
Yo, what's up?
What is going on, Josh? You go back to back your 2 third-place finishes right off the bat here for the GT Challenge League. That's really a nice run there in the point standings, but it really wasn't easily done here for you tonight.
No, it wasn't really easy because my first time driving these cars with the new tires, so it was kind of a learning experience. Just overall glad I was able to survive throughout the whole race and not take myself out.
And Josh, how is that new tire model compared to the older GT4 tire model? I imagine it's got a lot more realistic to its real life counterpart.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot less grip. I can't really comment too much on the previous GT4s because I barely drove those as well, but it's a lot of fun, a lot more loose than I remember it being. And warm-up phase is the same as prototypes or GT3, so that didn't take much to get used to.
Well, Josh, we appreciate you giving us an inside look here from the machinery and what makes some of these GT4s as fast as they are. Josh, you're flying with pace here tonight. You'll finish out P3. Is there anybody you'd like to thank, or gets it all done here for you?
Oh, just you and Warren for putting this whole thing together, and I guess the top 3 for having a good race this race. That was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun watching they're battling out within those last 5 minutes. Hopefully you enjoyed on there in the broadcast, Josh. Have a great rest of your night, man.
Thank you, too.
All right, going to throw it down to the league owner before we wrap it up here tonight from Stam Studio Network. I believe I've caught up with the man, the myth, the legend, Warren Johnson.
How we doing, Sean?
Hey, Warren, doing all right. I'm a little embarrassed over something you might see in the broadcast a little bit later, but I'm doing all right up here. How are you doing?
Could be better, but had a good race, or not a good race, but the thank you for helping out with the black flags since Nico and another admin left the race early, so couldn't do it because in VR it's really hard to get that shit done. So thank you for helping out.
Could imagine, Warren. No worries there. And we actually saw you, I think, a little bit of a slip and slide earlier on in the race, Warren, but you find yourself still gaining 3 spots since the drop of the green flag. It's been a kind of a nice run here for you tonight for VIR. Do you like the track?
I like the track, but these cars were ruined by the tire model. So these used to be some of the funnest cars in the game, and now they're just absolute dog shit. So that's just it sucks, but so goes it. And no, the race could have gone better. I was in P10 for a while, and then I had to take care of some stuff, and then that dropped me back to P13, so that's really cool. And then I spun out because I couldn't focus after that, and then the race ended. So, all good.
Oh, man, I guess time flies when you're having quote-unquote fun, we'll call it. But Warren, it was a good race for you. You sliced and diced your way up to the front, and then it was a little bit front-back action, but Warren, nice run for you tonight, too. Is there anybody who you would like to thank or makes it all possible for you?
Yeah, thanks for everybody for coming out. Thank you for broadcasting, and hope to see you all on the next race.
All right, appreciate it, Warren. Have a great rest of your night, and that's going to do it here for us on Stam Studio Network. Got a couple of friends and family members here over here for the old birthday, so we're gonna break it down here for you. Appreciate it, everybody, and have a great rest of your night. Drive those virtual cars home safe and fly those virtual flights home safe. We'll see you next time.
Yep. All right.